now branded for death and destined to be hunted by demons until the day he dies. Guts embarks on a journey to defy such a gruesome fate as waves of beasts relentless pursue him. Stealing his resolve, he takes up the monstrous blade, Dragon Slayer, and vows to exact vengeance on those responsible, hunting down the very man he once looked up to and considered a friend. Along the way, he encounters some unlikely allies, such as a small elf named Puck and Isidore, a young thief looking to learn swordsmanship from the former mercenary. As the ragtag group slowly comes together after having decided to join Guts in his quest, that they will face incredible danger unlike anything they have ever experienced before. This anime has about 12 episodes, premiered July 1st, 2016, December 16th, 2016. Based on a popular manga series, it does have a second season, has a prequel. It has genres of action, adventure, drama, fantasy, horror, and supernatural. Themes are demon. Demographic is set in. Each episode is 24 minutes per episode. Rated R+ for mild nudity and trigger warnings for rape and sexual scene. Now let's get started into the review. Now with Berserk, I was already introduced to the 2017 version, not the 2016 version, which I can say by the picture right here that you can tell obviously 2016 on the left, 2017 on the right. Sorry, they are vastly different, and I think 2016 focuses on a more particular art, and then 2017 just follows like from the manga timeline. I could be wrong, but don't put my quote to that. I feel like with Berserk and watching of it, I will say trigger warning: there is a rape scene. If you're very uncomfortable with that, please do not watch it. I don't want to trigger anyone. If you do get the point where you are about to happen upon the rape scene, skip that episode and just skip it. If you don't be triggered, just skip it. I will provide to you. But I think also by comparing these two, anime series, 2016 versus 2017, the animation is different. I wouldn't say it's way off. It's very different. I think in the 2017, it followed a mixture of CGI and it just heavily draws on that versus the 2017 anime falls heavily on CGI, while 2016 I think more as a hand-drawn style. I could be wrong. I think particularly between like the Berserk storyline, from what I've heard, it's a great franchise, don't get me wrong, and a popular manga series. I just think for me Berserk appears to be more of a painful narrative, because you have this guy who is branded and is followed by these demons, and then he comes across this group, and then not give too much away, like the group goes a lot of different narratives and plot lines and twists, and the beginning and the middle and the end and the rising action are just very fast. Not very fast, but it's at a good pace to where they think the story sometimes went on the deeper end. But I think also given the amount of action, gore, and death in this anime, spread out in 12 spans of episode, it feels like everything was very limited and not enough characters got enough screen time that they deserved. And I will say there is a season 2 Berserk to the 2017 version. I think also the majority of my experience watching this, I feel like the writing could have been a bit stronger, especially in the few introductions that we were given to a couple of these characters. It does play homage to the original anime series that came out in 2016, and you do see that I think the first episode gets arrived at a bar or a brothel to save a woman, and then except I think in the 2016 version he saves a woman, befriends her, and then there's a lot of different variations, and I think it just depends on which version you're watching. The stories can, appeal with the character development. I feel like particularly to Gus's development in the show, and I also fear when he's introduced to his new group, you see the changes that they go through, and you can practically see the difference between the 2016, which is on the left, and the 2017 that's on the right. The graphics are enhanced and different, and I didn't think it was that bad, but overall, the environment, the transition of different scenes and narratives, how Gus goes through all these wild emotions trying to, deal with what he's dealing with, and also with his new group of friends, trying to make, have, I guess, another family for himself, but then a twist happens, and it just goes off the deep end. And no, the story wasn't bad, and the character development wasn't bad, and how they introduced it, but I think towards the middle of the series, it's, there was a lot of really bad, and I mean bad, not really bad, just not needed jokes in the series, and the story is focused less on Guts and his goals to save or abduct his save his love interest. Instead, the story kind of focuses more on the supporting and the non-supporting characters. And it wouldn't be so bad if the characters, in my opinion, some of them are troublesome and a little bit annoying. But overall, I think the story just fell flat where it's trying to focus on other characters and not really the main character. I think the setting really took place in the story, you know, besides some scenes were visually horrifying, but in a good way. And then also the tone and narrative, you know, kind of took the story off more on its more tedious side, more of a rocky end, but that just depends on the viewer and how they view it and how they see it. Also, I think, you know, honestly, like the CGI just like wasn't working for me during the fight scenes. The art style was great, but to rely heavily on CGI is really not needed. I think it just focused too much on that. And I think also if they were trying to do another remaster of Berserk, just don't heavily focus on CGI and just let the story and anime and, you know, the voice actors like speak for themselves along with the story. Let the story tell itself is what I'm trying to get at here. And I think also like between watching season 1 and season 2, I think it just really depends on that. But overall, I enjoy the series. I just wish I could get more better rating than I gave it. I gave it like really a 6. I really just wish the characters were fleshed out just a little bit more and their character developments were more defined along with the personality and motivations for some characters. And also having another character, I feel like, who was on the good side and just correctly turned to the bad side without really a really strong narrative of what they really gave. I feel like they could get it just a little bit better. But let me know what you think about the Berserk series. Did you watch the 2016 version or the 2017 version? Let me know down below, and I'll see you soon for another anime review. But until then, bye!